Hello, today we're going to be learning Cola by Arlo Parks. The reason I'm teaching this lesson is because I looked on YouTube because I wanted to learn it and nobody had a lesson on it, so you're welcome. So before we get started with the lesson, I'm just going to talk about how I figured out how to play this song, because if you ever run into a situation where you have a song that you really want to learn and there's no tabs on it and you can't find any lessons online, then this should be helpful. So the first thing that you want to do is just figure out what key is the song in. So for us to figure out the key for this song, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow the bass line. So we're going to start on this note G. So if you don't know the names of the notes on the guitar and you're a coward, I'll just say the string name and I'll say the fret. So 10th fret, A string. That's the note G. So the bass line starts on that note and then just goes down to F sharp. So the 9th fret on the A string. So we're going. Next we're going to this E note. So that would be the 7th fret of the A string. So we're going 10, 9, 7 on the A string. And then we're going down to 5, which is D. So we're going G, F sharp, E, D, or 10, 9, 7, 5, all on the A string. So we know that all of those notes are going to be in the key. And then the only other note that we're missing right now is this A note, because it will go, sorry. So it goes back to G. Sorry, I was calling you guys cowards for not knowing the names of the notes. This, the 10th fret, this is a G, this is not a G. So the 14th fret on the A string, that's B, not G. Messed that one up. So B and A are also included. So if you know your key signatures, we're in E minor, right? So because we know we're in E minor, we could then figure out the chords. Once I figured out the key, then it's just a matter of figuring out the chords in that key. So for people who don't know this off the top of their head, you just can Google key of E minor, what are the chords? Because if you look up like the E minor scale, it'll give you all the notes in the E minor scale. So like, right? You'll know all the notes. But in terms of figuring out the chords, you have to know, is the 1 major or minor? Is the 2 major or minor? If you don't want to learn that right now, or you don't know that, just go on Google and look up E minor, what are the chords in the key? So for us, I know that like the G, for example, this G note is going to be a major chord, right? So that's G major. For F sharp, I know that that's going to be diminished, right? It's like that one weird chord in the chord progression. So next we're going down to E minor, and that's an A-shaped minor chord. And then we're finishing on B minor. And if you're confused by the fact that I'm playing it, like if you've never seen this thumb over technique before, like I'm playing this chord, right? That's the more traditional way to play it. For me personally, I like to play bar chords like this, where you're essentially playing the same exact thing, but instead of my bar finger fretting the root note, I'm just curling my thumb around the side to get the root note, and then I'm playing all the other notes pretty much the same way. So eventually, if you keep learning guitar, you'll probably learn how to do this. I think it's somewhat dependent on your hand morphology, in terms of if you have a big hand and you have a long thumb, it's going to be easier for you to do that and it'll feel more comfortable. If you're somebody who has a smaller hand and a shorter thumb, it might be difficult and you might like playing your bar chords the more traditional way. So it's up to you. It's just a preference thing. I tend to always play with the thumb over. I think it's called like the Hendrix how he does it, but plenty of people play it that way. It's not just Hendrix. So that was, you didn't need to know any of that. So I don't know why I included that in. Regardless, you're playing B minor. So, right, so the progression, just to make it simple, it's just G major, going down to F sharp diminished 7, going to E minor, and then B minor is the last chord. Alright, so now we should talk about the rhythm, you know, how I played it, what the rhythm pattern was that I used. So you could really play it however you want because there isn't guitar in the actual song. So if you listen to the actual song, it's just a bass line. There isn't like a guitar part in the background playing the chords. I'm just making this video so that if you want to play it and you're a guitar player, then you could do your own version. So you could make the rhythm whatever you want. What I did is I just took, kind of similar to what we did in the last video, I am using my fingers, I'm playing finger style, so I'm not using a pick. And what I'm doing is I'm just plucking twice with my 3 fingers all at the same time. So index, middle, ring, all at the same time. So to show that a little bit better. So I'm plucking twice with all 3 fingers and then just hitting the root note with my thumb. So I'm going. And for each chord, I'm doing that twice. So I'm doing. I lied. I'm not doing that twice. Ignore everything I just said. So we're doing it once. So we're just going. I made this up, so you could play whatever rhythm you want. If you want to just follow this video and trust me blindly, which you probably shouldn't, then just play that. Or play it however you want to. It's in 4/4, so you're just playing it, like if you were just playing it on the beat, it would just be. If you want to play it by yourself, you should probably learn is the bass line. So like let's say, you know, you're playing with somebody else, they could play the chords in the background and then you could be playing the bass line. So I'm just going to go over that quick. Let me get my pick real fast. And I'll give the Jesus, I gotta get like a better system here. I'm wearing my headphones because I need to hear what I'm doing. Last time I just completely took my headphones off and then kind of just winged it when I did the mixing and everything. That was a bad idea. So if I look goofy, tell me in the comments, but I need to hear what I'm doing, so I'm keeping the headphones on. So for the bass line, I'll go over it with the fret numbers and the string name or string number, but you should learn the notes on the neck. If you don't know the notes on the neck, take the time to do it. It'll help you. So and don't be a coward, it's not that hard. So we're starting on the 10th fret of the A string, and then we're going down to the 9th fret on the A string. So I'm going to play the entire bass line on the A string. So right? So we're just going twice on the 10th fret of the A string, down to the 9th fret, and we hit that once, and then we just go right back. So we're going, and I'll play that a couple times, and you could play along just to get it down. Right, so we're starting there, and then we're going down to the 9th fret, and we're hitting that twice. So we're going, and then to the 7th fret. So all on the A string. So we started on the 10th fret, right? Now we're going down to the 9th fret, and then to the 7th fret. and we're keeping the 2 and 1 pattern. So, and then to transfer to the next kind of series of notes, I'm just going to do a semitone walk down. So like starting on the 9th fret, I'm just going to go 9, 8, 7, right? And we're still keeping that 2 and 1 pattern. So, right, that's the first part. Then we're going down to 9 and 7. Then I'm walking down, so 9, 8, 7. Then 7 and 5. So for that part, after I'm done with the 7 and 5, I'm sliding all the way up to the 14th fret on the A string. So that's B. Same pattern. Actually, no, I lied again. Not the same pattern. So we're doing the initial 2 hits on B. And then we're going down to the 12th fret and hitting it once. And then we're doing this little, like, I don't know, kind of run off that she does. So we go. Right? So we're hitting the 14th fret twice. Then we're hitting 12 once. And then we're going down to the 10th fret. And we're kind of just alternate picking it. I think she does it like 4 times, so. And then going to the 12th fret and hitting that 4 times. So, right, that little. So that's the whole bass line. So I'll play it through just, once slow. And that'll pretty much be it for the whole lesson. Congratulations.